was there. It's all proud for us. Even I'm so overwhelmed with this proudness. I want you to join, ask your neighbor, go and vote. If not you vote yet, just vote today. And other day help other people to go there, and that is the only thing.
Gary and Mary, I'm going to deliver my speech in my ethnic language. ভালো লাগছে, গত কিছুদিন থেকেই তো আমরা এই কাজগুলি করছি, কিন্তু আরেকটু ভালোভাবে আমার মনে হয় অল্প কথায় যেটা বলি, আমি নিজের এক্সপিরিয়েন্স থেকে বলছি। আমাদের 5টা ভোট আমার বাসায়, 3টা ইয়াং, ওদেরকে নেওয়াটাই সমস্যা হয়, তাই না?
Mr. Kearney, Liberal would not be in power or governing the country. So we are so fortunate from that perspective, and we need to make sure that they are majority. Now,
please accept my gratitude. This is my pleasure to speak for short space.
Good afternoon, everyone. As he mentioned, my name is Asamul Hafiz, and I'm also the Vice Chair for Liberal Party of Canada for Ontario Province. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Honorable Minister Gary here, and also former Minister Maria Mina here. And as we know that we are very close to make a history of first Bangladeshi origin Canadian Member of Parliament, and no result is final unless it's published. So we all know that she's going to win, and it's a strong whole Liberal riding, but still we're going to work hard till the last minute, and we know she's going to win, but our margin, we want to make sure it's a huge margin as Bill Blair, the way Bill Blair did it. I think we should even try even for more, more margin, you know what I mean? So that's why don't take it granted. Please, everybody go out and make sure, bring out all the voters and make sure it's a huge win for us. We have to make sure. And thank you for organizing Halim Bhai and inviting me.
vote, not a margin vote, because everybody told here, because if we are thinking about that this is not the normal election, this is by-election. By-election is always minor people will attend the vote.
Dolly is here, so let's give her a big applause. And I really appreciate, because this is the crucial time for her, that she hardly should make time for us, this kind of event. But thank you again.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished Honorable Minister, Mr. Gary, former Minister, Ms. Maria Minna, we worked with her for a long time, since 2004. Thank you, the audience supporters, Scarborough Southwest residents. It is my great pleasure and honor to stand behind to say few words. Meet and greet session, which is organized by Bangladeshi community of Scarborough. Thank you, Halim Bhai and Yusuf Bhai, to give me the opportunity. First and foremost, I like to convey my heartiest gratitude and thank you to our Honorable Prime Minister, who has selected our daughter, our sister, Doly Begum, as a candidate of the Scarborough Southwest.
For few words. Thank you.
Minister Ananda Sangare, to pronounce your name right, and of course Doly Begum, and my friend Halim, and everyone here. I know most of the people in this room, one way or another, over the years. We're all getting old, except for the young ones. At least I speak for myself. Anyway, but I'm going to say a couple of words. First of all, why I think it's great that Doly is the candidate, because we need in our party, I believe strongly, progressives, right? I'm a progressive lefty liberal, And I think probably Dolly will be a progressive lefty liberal, given where she's coming from. The reason for those things are very simple. The Liberal Party of Canada tends to be a big tent. Centrist, some right, some left, but not extreme right, right? But it's very important to maintain that balance for me. So when I was elected, one of the things that I did when I was in Ottawa with my colleagues on the progressive side of the party, we fought hard. There were about 6 or 7 MPs. We organized ourselves. We did the research, we developed, and put forward a major proposal for the National Child Benefit, which many families are receiving today. That was established in 1996. Harper froze it. Justin Trudeau reinforced it when he came back. But it was established by a bunch of MPs who worked hard and pushed the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance. We did the same thing with childcare. Harper canceled it. Trudeau and Christie brought it back. But we had it established in 2005. And a number of other issues that, like parental leave, unemployment insurance, and so on. So I'm just mentioning those things because now we need to go forward. We have some major issues in our country right now with healthcare. It is being privatized in every province, as Dolly knows and as all of you know. Our tax money is going to privatization instead of going to the public system, which is where it should go. So these are some of the issues. There's many others, of course. I'm not going to here to talk about what I did, but I wanted to just give you an idea of why I am here and why this is a great way to move forward. Dolly is a progressive person, a progressive woman, and I find that encouraging because I know that we're going to be facing some really tough times in this country. Economically because of Trump and because of what's happening in the world, the destabilization and so on. And so we need both strong voices in Ottawa to make sure that as we try to restructure our industrial base and our defense base, we also have to make sure we don't forget the social infrastructure. Because for me, the social infrastructure and the economic aren't one and the same. You know, healthcare is both a social and an economic policy. Education is social and economic policy. Our policies have to, we can't ignore the other. We have to make sure we maintain that balance. So this is why. Now, that's my reason. I know that we all have a lot of similar ideas, but let's get down to brass tacks for today though. Why are we here? Now earlier somebody asked how many of you have voted yet? I don't think there was any hands that went up at all at that point. So this is advanced poll. On election day, we will need every single one of you to help knock on doors to get Dolly's vote out. That means up until now, the campaign has been very busy knocking on doors and identifying who is going to vote Liberal. So we now have, I don't know how many, but I'm sure they have thousands of people in the riding that have said they will vote Liberal. Problem is election day, some people stay, they're busy, they're home, they come back late from work, you know, they may not go, they say, well, it doesn't matter, she'll win anyway, and they don't go. Our job, your job, my job, everybody else's job, is to go and knock on those Liberal doors that we've identified and say, please, you gotta vote today, it's already 5 o'clock, you only have a couple hours left, or 4 o'clock, we will drive you, you need a ride, we will drive you back. Anything. The most important thing is to drag as many of those people, make sure they vote. Because
you are actually one of our Bengali community, I think. We always think like that. Before I invite our Honorable Minister, just few words from one of our community leader, Mr. Shahidul Islam Mintu, for a few words. Come, yeah, please. Okay, so our Honorable Minister, Mr. Gary Ananda Sangari, he is the Minister of Public Safety of Canada. Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you for putting this together, and thank you to all of you for joining us today. I know it's a long weekend, so you're taking out valuable time from being with your family is critically important. Let me also acknowledge my friend of almost 25 years. Thank you, Alam, for being here and your kind words. And thank you to Maria Mina, who has served our country remarkably, both on the international stage, but also locally. She epitomizes what a local politician should be doing and the connection she has to the many communities that she served for 6 terms, and that's pretty hard. You know, getting elected 6 times is not an easy task. Democracy is fascinating, you know, and when we talk about democracy, to me, what it means is representation. It means that everyone in Canada is represented, and the parliament that we have reflects the Canada of today. And when we look at, you know, there's work to do. For example, there's only 1/3 of our elected MPs are women, and we know that we need to get to a point where at least half are women. And I know that community-wise, we need to have representation from people who have now called Canada from all parts of the world. And the Bangladeshi community is one such example, and there is a noticeable absence of that voice in Parliament. But when you get elected as an MP, you're not just a representative of that particular community, you're representing Canada. You're representing Canadians, you're representing everyone that calls Scarborough Southwest their home.
Mic to the Doly, just one person, community leader, I got the request. Mahmoud Nasreen, she is running for the, she has for the Liberal MPP candidate, just for. Okay. Have the shortage of time, we have to respect the time as well. And want to let you know that we have some pizzas served in the back, so please have help yourself after the meeting. And so I want to invite actually our chief guest actually today, Doly Begum, to say a few words. But the thing is, before I invite her, that again, that's the main thing, that I was the part of one election in Bangladesh long time back, as I said, that I saw that I have the experience that a lot of people think that, okay, for one vote, it does not matter. If I don't go, it still, she will win. But we have to forget that idea. We have to go, we have to try until the last moment. So having said that, I want to invite Doly Begum, please come to the mic and say a few words. You are our proud, and I know you will make us proud in Ottawa. Thank you.
I did bring a suit, and I left it at the campaign office. Then I went to canvass, and that suit is in the campaign office. So I apologize for having this jacket on for the last 8 years on every one of my campaigns and everything that I've been doing. So there's a lot of this jacket going around. Assalamu alaikum, adab. Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? আমি কিন্তু অনেককে already দেখে ফেলছি পুরো সকাল থেকে, and then there yesterday as well. So I know there are quite a few of you who have been working hard in the rain and now, you know, snow, and yesterday was beautiful, so in the sun. And so first, let me just say thank you to all of you who have been working so hard. A big round of applause for all of you who have been knocking on doors. A campaign is as strong as every single team members of that campaign, and you all and every single person in our campaign has made it one of the biggest movements that we've created in Scarborough, and I would say in the country right now. So thank you very, very much to every single one of you. Yeah, I'm really honored also to be sitting here. Halim Uncle, thank you so much for organizing this, and to the entire or all the organizers who put together this event. Initially, when Halim Uncle reached out, I know I was very touched that, you know, the thought even came together to do something like this. And I know it's a very busy time as well, so it was difficult for us. But we also didn't want to say no in terms of coming and showing our appreciation to all of you and to, of course, the organizers for putting this together. And it just really means that we have the Bangladeshi community coming together, Bangladeshi community of Scarborough coming together, and that shows the love, the solidarity, the unity that we have within our community here. So big round of applause to all of you for that, and of course the organizers for putting this together. And I'm also really honored to be sitting next to our former minister and 7 times, I'd say, elected MP, Maria Mina. She's just next door to Scarborough Southwest is the riding, and when I first actually immigrated to Canada, I lived in Beaches Historic. I lived on Daz Road, and it's an honor to have someone who really became a part of the Bangladeshi community, and she represented not just the Bangladeshi community, but all of her communities, and of course as minister has been vital to the growth of the country, and I know she visited Bangladesh as well. But I also know somebody else who visited Bangladesh as well, which is somebody else that I'm really honored, hopefully, to work with as a caucus member, Minister Gary Ananda Sangri. Our Minister of Public Safety, who has been an incredible leader in terms of creating that relationship between many countries and Canada, and of course Bangladesh and Canada, and played a vital role in actually securing support for some of the vulnerable communities within Bangladesh, and support from within our country here in Canada. So that relationship is really crucial, and I think we have leaders like these ones right here who are so powerful in their voice, in their action, in making sure that we create the right environment for all of us to belong, all of us to prosper, all of us to grow and be who we are. And I'm really humbled to be able to have the opportunity to be a part of a team like that. I'm also really, really excited to be elected for a community to work under the leadership of Prime Minister Mark Carney. Yeah. And the fact that he just took office last year and he's already visited Scarborough Southwest. How amazing is that? And the fact that he shows that interest, the fact that priority is there to understand, to be able to help, to be able to support, and really work towards the needs of the people in communities like Scarborough. Because Scarborough is in the map for him in Canada, and Scarborough is a crucial part of Canada, and the contribution of Scarborough and people of Scarborough is important, and I think him visiting here showed that. And I'm really proud, really inspired to be able to be a part of that. I just want to say, it's been really exciting couple of months, I should say. We've been knocking on door, I think, from February 5th, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, just last year I knocked on doors. So a lot of the doors I went back to, people remembered our conversations from last year. But these next few days are very, very important. And every single one of you who have been working in our campaign, what happens on the 13th? That victory, that's not just me. That's that victory for each and every single one of you. And I know that as a young woman growing up in this community, what it meant to have the love and support of our neighbors, and what I really find really encouraging, really powerful in Scarborough Southwest is we have, really good communities, ethnic communities like our Bangladeshi diaspora that is there for one another, that understand that in critical moments like this, we come together. We let go of our differences, and there are so much more that unites us than divides us. And I'm really proud to see all of you come together and support. And I have to say, all these years as an NDP, and many of you are lifelong liberals, you came forward because you saw a vision to have a young woman represent you at the provincial level. And it has been my life's honor to be able to do that at the provincial level and represent this community. And I think we are really proud of the work we have done. We have been able to help so many families, really bring the issues of Scarborough Southwest to Queen's Park, and have some really strong statements on so many issues, especially when it comes to affordability, housing, healthcare. And Maria talked about our healthcare system and privatization and what's happening. Now at the national level, we will have more opportunities to deliver more. And I'm just really excited to be able to join with all of you in this movement to make that difference. Now I just want to take one more moment to say that the next couple of days are very, very important. And what Gary talked about, and I know Dr. Bhuya, I asked because I actually, when I was coming in, took me longer because I was saying bye to some of the folks who had to leave. Dr. Bhuya asked about who voted already. And every single vote matters. Every single one of them. And so today I humbly ask you that make sure that you go out and vote. Make sure you get your family members to go out and vote. And then we will need your support to have everyone else in the community go out and vote. Because there are a lot of people who are already supporters, they're so excited, but sometimes they don't know the exact date, sometimes they don't know how to get there, and sometimes they may just forget. And so we have to go out there and remind those people. And today actually, right just before I got here, I was knocking on a door and someone opened the door and guess what she said? She said, oh, I'm so happy, I'm going to vote for you. And she was actually a Bangladeshi elderly woman. And she's looking forward to voting. And she said, but I'm thinking going on Monday, maybe on the 13th, if I feel healthy. But she's feeling okay today. She just didn't know that she could go today. Do you know what I mean? So she's thinking on Monday, on the 13th, if I feel okay on election day, I'm gonna vote day ashbo shedin. So then I said, why don't you go today? She said, I can go today? I said, yeah. And she said, well, I don't, let me see if I could get somebody from my family members who can drive me. I said, well, we can arrange that. So there was 2 questions that she had. If I wasn't there, if one of our volunteers wasn't there, she wouldn't have known. And she would have waited until the 13th, and then maybe she wouldn't have gotten a chance to vote. So then what we did was, we actually arranged for her to get a ride this afternoon. She said, let me clean my house first because she's just finishing up some cooking and things. And then she's gonna be ready. And around 6 o'clock, we're gonna get someone to go pick her up and she can go to West Scarborough Neighborhood Center and she's gonna go vote. That's amazing. And that's how easy that was. But there is a supporter who's so excited. And for her, this is one of her first few votes because she hasn't been a voter for a very long time. So it's also a very special moment for her. And you will be a part of that. You will be part of making somebody's day, somebody's story, and a big movement that we are able to have here, and the history that we're going to make here in Scarborough Southwest and in Canada. Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful to all of you, all of your support. Inshallah, we're going to celebrate on April 13th, and for that, we've got lots of work to do. So let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doly Begum. Just want a few words that how can we make things better. That number one, even though if we are not part of the Scarborough Southwest, we can still make the phone call, right? We can make the phone call. We have a lot of relatives, a lot of friends are living there. Number two, we can direct them. Like I myself, I directed few people today. There is a center right just beside this community center. So I directed some of them that go and vote. So also, if anyone need riding, you can call me or you can help by providing your car. So there's a lot of different way we can help until the voting date. So please keep in your mind. And last thing, not the least, that Duncan Tully is the campaign manager. Do you have anything that we are missing from your experience? If you have something, please, because we are all family, right? So we need to do something more and more. So please tell us, guide us. Thank you.
Thanks so much, everyone. Sorry I overdressed today for the event. Thanks so much for having me. It's so great to see all of you. I'll just quickly say, I've known Doly since 2019 when I was with Bill, and she was always the most fantastic community representative, and all of you who live here, you know that. And so when she took this decision, it was just incredible. So we're so lucky to have Doly as part of this community and this team. And she's like a sister to me. I know she's a sister to all of you as well. And it's been so great spending so much time with her. So Doly, it's just phenomenal to be working with you. As everyone here said, the most important thing you can all do is vote. There's so many amazing people in this room. It's such a great community here in Scarborough Southwest. So go out today and vote if you haven't. and get your family, your friends to vote. Come help us at the office. I know so many of you have already been there, knocking on doors, connecting with people, getting the message out there, the amazing message that Doly has. And she's going to be that next amazing voice in Scarborough Southwest. We have to get her there. So thank you all so much. Thank you for having me speak, and let's go Doly.